feel like you take me higher, you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, you take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I feel like you take me. You take me, I
Hey traders, welcome to episode 620 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here, and I really appreciate that. Sorry, like kind of running around errands and stuff, and my dad's over here. We're trying to fix something with my ring and stuff like that. And I just got my new Wi-Fi, so like everything's broken right now. So anyway, whatever. But hey man, the corn did it, right? The corn's doing it. It's doing things. 10,420.
Is that a joke?
9. Looking good, man. Looking real good. The trade setup from Sunday, the 28th. Holding in there, man. Getting closer and closer. Closer and friggin' closer. Remember the bullish divergence on both oscillators? Remember the stat? It was the first 4-hour RSI bullish divergence we had actually seen since February 8-ish of this year. Long time. Really long time. So there you go, man. Don't take heed of that stat that had been thrown out. Whatever, dude. Anyway. The wick, if you can't see it because it's right here, the wick went down to like 9100, had our stop below X as suggested by Casey Stubbs in the Ultimate Harmonic. First profit taking level is at A, second profit taking level is at C for this bullish cipher. So getting closer and closer to it.
Bruh.
Not bad, man. Not bad at all. So we're just continuing to climb. We broke the critical resistance, which was around 10,200. Very good stuff on the daily, if you ask me, man. All right. Hey, what happened? As discussed, man, we never hit the 886. Not yet. Dude, if you break 10,800, I mean, because that's a square up here. We know that. There's a square up here. But, like, we can break above that, dude. You might not be getting your 786. The whole market was coveting, right? Oh my God, man, we got to have it. It might have stopped in its tracks on the potential double bottom. But anyway, looking left. Talked about this yesterday, how good it was. We were breaking this area. We were around 10,000 yesterday. And guess what? Continuing to climb. No real overhead resistance, chat. Historical overhead resistance until 11,230. Just saying, man. So, good. Good. I guess we can go to Bitstamp, which we've been looking at. All right. Please understand that where we are looking left, besides the stuff we've manufactured recently, there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. I mean, you might have a small resistance at 10,800, but really the overhead resistance 11.2. Well, that's not showing up, man. Another 4 hour. What? I got my scuffed Adam and Eve double bottom. Where's my good one, dude? Did none of that save at all? Whatever, dude. I'll just do it right now. We'll do it live. F it. F's in the chat. Okay. Just give me a sec, man. So went live early. You know, price action, a little bit of it. A little bit of the cause, but also because it will be a travel day for me tomorrow, so I will not be able to be as attentive to content creation because of the travel, which is cool, man. You know, whatever. But sorry, man. I'm OCD on this stuff kind of sometimes. That's why I do it privately. But it just didn't save or something. So potential Adam and Eve double bottom, and it's not confirmed as a pattern, as a real pattern until it breaks 11,137. And we know up there at those levels, very critical overhead resistance looking left. So, dude, getting up to those levels, that might be great profit-taking levels if we can get up there. It would be really good profit-taking levels. Because if we hit it, we may fail miserably and sell off. But as it stands now, it's beautiful. Beautiful development. And all we did was talk about it. But if you didn't believe, man, whatever. And it's not even like it was just an Adam and Eve double bottom developing. It was like that bullish cipher that was there. And like we didn't get stomped out because and the thing is, we had to have a pretty large reward on that pattern because of where our stop loss was. Because we were worried, I was worried about maybe something stupid like that happening and it not falling below it. And it did. And we just didn't. It was good, man. It was all good. So who's laughing now, chat? Who's laughing now? All the people calling me crazy. Well, I guess I am crazy a little bit, but whatever, man. We are all a little crazy, man. If you didn't know. So that's it, dude. Unfortunately, with Bitcoin breaking the upside, being up 3% today, the other big boys, they're all down. They're all in the red today. Like very little movement with this price action from Bitcoin. Get wrecked. Okay. Speaking of. Interesting though, right? It does look pretty good how we're just holding the support, man, but where is the price action? You're not really making higher highs than your previous highs at all, dude. It's just like, and you're still very much in the downtrend on Ethereum. You have not broken out anything. Jeez, man. Trend is still down, Ken? Yeah, of course. Trend is down until you break, looks like 12K or so. All right, so I don't think it's an actual real ascending triangle. People could argue and say this is the same as that, but that's not part of the reaction high. Look, this was part of the impulse down, right? When you bottom, you want to rally, create the sell wall, sell off, and then rally again to the same spot. And that's a reaction high. We'd sell off again.
Bruh.
Mitch, what first sell level are you suggesting for BTC? Just a percent or all?
It was 10.8 and then 11.1 roughly. 10.8 and 11.1. That's for me though. That's for me around an entry around 9,400. Okay, so and it's really all justified with my reward to risk. I had a 3.04 reward to risk on the first profit, or on the first, reward to risk, and then my second one is 3.69. So they're pretty close together, but again, it's X and A. It's of the patterns, and that's like, you can use Fibonacci, but in this situation, it just felt like where we were, showing the divergence, and the shortening of the thrust was really a big part of it too, where it's like you sold off, but barely, and you just held. And then you started kind of rounding a little bit, whatever, the eve. Jill, thank you for the 20. What else helps? And it's just 50-50. I mean, like, I don't know, like, because the thing is, we know that it's not just a cipher, right? Not just the bullish cipher. Now it's like, at the time when I took the entry, the double bottom had not, it wasn't even real. There was no move, there was no action. It was like, it could have just kept selling off, or could have bust the upside there, but it went sideways. And then that stupid little wick down kind of gave us the rounding action of the eve bottom. And so now it's making me think a little bit more like, hey, if we could ever break that 11.1 area, wow, we got 11.2 looking left, so that's not going to be easy, especially if we just go straight up to it. You might pull back before then. Maybe we could see some consolidation at 11.1 where we sell off, flag, descending broadening wedge, pin it, something, right? Give me indication to believe we might break out above the neckline of the potential Adam and Eve double bottom at, again, 11.1. Should be looking at it. Let me just again, like show it, right? So right up here, that's second profit taking level, because that for me is the top of the pattern, the cipher pattern. But it's also the neckline. It's also critical resistance. All kinds of stuff up here. Not going to be easy to break. There's also a square up way up here too. Also square up on the 60-minute. Yeah, square up at major square up at like 10.9, 10.950. All right, that's the next most significant square up. But now you got to think. Just remember, there's now a square up down here, right around 10,055. Just like there was a square up down here at like 9.7. All right, so if you ever do sell off, there you go, man. You're very overbought on the 60-minute. You're at 79. 4 hour, you're overbought too, man. Barely though. You just got it, right? You're like 72.65. So nice breakout of the resistance, right? And why were we struggling right here? Well, you can call that absorption. Blank was asking or talking about it, right? And gave the description of it, right? So what is absorption? When you're rallying like this, especially double bottom looking stuff, you're confirming to the market that the bottom might be in for now, at least temporarily. You rally up, then you hit this critical resistance area.
Is that a joint?
Mitch, let me hear it, man. Who let the dogs out?
Which side, right? Is it the stock market side or the Bitcoin side? Because stock market had a nice early, had an open that was nice, and then the whole President Trump tariff news came out or whatever, and then the whole market dumped. And Larley brought up a good point. There was a nice square up on the S&P 500 today. So all those exchanges offloaded their position at a break-even price, and then the dumping came after that, shortly after that, the square up. Trump tweeted shortly after the square up is what I mean. All right. So self-fulfilling prophecy, or was it something bigger? Was it people scared with Trump stuff? Okay, so man, I was about to say something. Sorry, that threw me off. Crap, train of thought. I was in a discussion on something. It happens sometimes, man. Crap, dude. Because when I get on one train of thought and then it shifts to another train of thought, sometimes it can be tough to get back to what I was talking about before. Someone will remind me or something. I mean, it was the Elon contribution. Is that a joint? So. Oh my God. Hey, it's the first of the month. Best time to join the Patreon. If you enjoy the stream and, want to learn more about what I'm doing, want to learn more about Adam and Eve double bottoms, want to learn about harmonics, want to learn about Fibonacci, equidistant channels, all that.
Is that a joint?
Bitcoin. But Shopify was nice.
Dude, Shop up 10% on earnings. It gapped up. And then, dude, for the amount of selling that happened on the S&P 500, oh yeah, to go to the daily maybe. Yeah, look at this. For the amount of selling the market had, I mean, I guess it was up 10% at 350. It topped out 350.68 and closed. It looks like 341.81. Dang, man, pulled back. That would make sense with the macro, but that potential Adam and Eve double top looks like that's getting invalidated, right? I mean, it was like the same type of setup that Bitcoin had, but on a daily time scale. Sorry, man, just gotta make it. All right, the Adam, and then you had the Eve, the nice rounding action. It was beautiful of a potential pattern, but again, Bulkowski talks about he doesn't trade or wouldn't trade 3 weeks going into earnings, right? Because stuff like this can happen. It doesn't matter what the pattern looks like. If your earnings coming up, it can just completely destroy any type of pattern, right? But yeah, I think, man, a lot of volume came in and you pulled back with the macro. Look, if it's going to be a lot tougher for this asset to continue its rally if the macro wants to keep selling off. Macro being, again, S&P 500. I look at it real quick right now for some people that care. A lot don't, which is crazy. But here you go, big bearish engulfing candle, right? Look how incredible it was. We were beginning to bullishly engulf the first 4 hours of the day today, $300, and then close the last 60 minutes all the way down, and look, the rest of the day, the last 4 hours of the daily session, you bounce, you hit 294.16. Look left, right? Previous all-time highs. You're back testing it now. Uh-oh, Monka S, set up an alert. Oh my God, chat. It's looking weak. Hey man, look at the 4 hour. Mother of God, this bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Hold on a sec. Alright, sweet. Sorry, my dad just got a bad transformer, so for something, or it's gonna get it fixed. Alright, so whoops, what was I doing, man? With the trend? Oh yeah, trend line. See, alright, look at that, man. Look, I was like, every time you made a high, a higher high, a higher high, and a slightly higher high, you're making lower levels of relative strength. So that's a nasty bearish divergence, but extremely bullish conditions, so even with this playing out, right, you're getting closer and closer to oversold territory. So, but you still got some room to run at the downside on the 4 hour. Plenty of room to run on the daily though, right? Yeah, that, yeah, if you can't hold this, looking like your next support's going to be down at 286. So look out, man. Look out. I think we had make this only the weekly. I think we had some sort of like ascending broadening wedge, or just like an upsloping flag, and I think we broke a support there. Not good, man. All right, so 2 red days in a row. Decent amount of volume on that. Look at this, man. 43 on the RSI. So market participants, they wanted to, they'd have plenty of room to push this to lower prices. All right, so we can look at the 60-minute. It was beautiful, man. Look, this is the square up right here that Larley was talking about, man. Where's my tool? Okay, that was the square up right there. Hilarious, man. You opened, rallied, hit it, and then dumped after the square up. After the exchange offloaded their position at a break-even price. See you, bye. Crazy, man. Oh yeah, I don't want to get stuck on the stock market since Crypto Connect. People gotta have their crypto. That's cool, man. I don't really know why you're that concerned. I mean, we looked at Ethereum, nothing, dude. We're gonna look at Litecoin, nothing, dude, nothing. Yeah, you broke out of the downtrend. Congratulations, but very weak follow through. You're not really doing anything. This thing should be much higher with Bitcoin price action doing what it's doing, man. Just think about it. If it's not going anywhere, when Bitcoin's going places higher, when Bitcoin sells off, this thing's just gonna go sell off, right? Probably gonna fall back into this channel or the pattern. But hey, at least the divergence right here played out. It played out, man. Don't you sleep on bullish divergence on the 4 hour, man. Yeah, bearish divergence on the daily on the stock market as well. Yes, I completely agree with you. Sorry, man, didn't bring that up. Hey, I don't even have to move my was there? Yeah, there was certainly bearish divergence on the daily. Yes, on both oscillators, on the S&P. Absolutely. Absolutely. In the short term and like that more midterm too, right? We'll pull it up real quick for you. All right, so you had that RSI bearish divergence. Look at this high and this slightly higher high, lower levels of strength. But then you had, not just there, you also had, think about it, a high here and then a slightly higher high here and a much lower level of relative strength. So in the more midterm, a little bit more midterm and short term, you had it, and it has turned into, you know, $5 down. You know, on the pretty much the soul of the stock market. That's pretty significant. It's pretty crazy, man. All right, yep. So a little interjection right there for you. All right, Litecoin. So again, it's like, oh, okay, dude. It's actually kind of showing a little bit of bearish divergence on how do you even do that, man? Like, how are you doing this? Come on, pathetic. High, slightly higher high, and on your slightly higher high, there is a lower level of relative strength on the 4 hour. Give me a break, man. But if it ever did break out, okay. There's a square up at 117.79, square up at 131, and those are the major ones. But you know, just playing a descending triangle, or sorry, a descending broadening wedge this large, you know, these are targets, man. On swing trading, very large patterns like this is it, man. The 100% retrace to the top of the pattern and the 1272 from the high to low.
Hey bro, can you show us what confirmation on a breakout looks like?
Bruh.
Hey Adrian, thanks for the 10.99 euros. Sure, man. Do we have a breakout? What did we have a breakout go on? We looked at it the other day. I think it was a stock though. Crap. Let's just go to Bitcoin Cash for the sake of. All right, confirmation on a breakout could be right here. Could be Bitcoin Cash, where you had price contraction, there was a downsloping resistance, you broke it. Look how the price action responded to this downsloping resistance. You broke out of it. Step one. What is also what you really want, okay? Because it gives the whole market some more confirmation, right? Everyone around the world is seeing the same thing you're seeing when they plot this. You hit this support and you back tested it. When it was once a resistance, it became support. Very important. All right. Now we didn't break hook and go here, which is the strongest form of confirmation, but we did rally. We had a hammer, at a bullish hammer rally, but we're not making higher highs yet. Not yet, man. So what you want to do, I wish I could like simulate like candles and stuff on here, but I can't. Maybe I probably have in my folder somewhere the break and go. Let me see if I made something. Thanks again, Adrian, man. Would it be under patterns or would it be under candlesticks? Dang, man. Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. So this is what a break, hook, and go looks like. Okay, this was Bitcoin, by the way, and this was Bitcoin on the way up. I think this was like under 10K for sure. All right, so when you have a resistance and you break the resistance, this was an ascending broadening wedge pattern. We broke out of it. Then the next candle, we back tested the area that was once a resistance we had seen multiple times as a support. And then after that, the break, the hook, and then the go is the bullish engulfing candle. So it can be a 3 candlestick pattern. It can also be 4, 5, 6, however many, right? It just keeps back testing until you eventually get that bullish engulfing candle. Look, it was like a break, hook, and go, but then it was like indecision, back test, 3 back tests, and then another bullish engulfing candle, and then see you bye. We gone, dude. Adrian, let me know if that helps at all, man. It's all about how you respond to breakouts. Are you going to back test? Or are you going to fall right back in it? Because trend lines get broken all the time, chat. But it's all about the response after the breakout, right? It is the follow through price action. All game, man. If you're enjoying this live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for the nearly 800 people here. With the poor altcoins getting no love. But maybe we're just, maybe Bitcoin Cash could be set up for higher prices, man. I mean, this is kind of the price action you get on breakouts before a bigger move up. Something to think about, man. You just think about, you could do something, just freeball on it, man. So say we're back testing this. You could have a pretty tight stop here because there's a decent amount of support, horizontal line support. All right, you just keep it below that, and then you could, dude, you would have, oh my god, like on Bitcoin Cash, there might be opportunity here, even if it failed, man. Like, you don't care about it if it breaks below 306, but this could very well, if you can stay above this long enough, you might have a shot, dude. 384 first target, maybe the 415 the second target. I mean, it broke the downtrend. It's showing a higher low double bottom. It's making
Hi, Mitch, can you explain
in the short term higher highs. Oh
not
my
to use
god.
Fibonacci candles in
Happy
TA.
you're here, man.
For me, they seem to show the general trend
Sometimes
more
you
clear.
can get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look right.
Bruh.
Sorry. Let me, who was first? I think it was Mr. Senton. They show the trend more clear. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they just, someone else asked about it in the past. Maybe they show the trend clearer, but I don't know, man. It's, look, you can study it and study and study, and if it works for you, that's great, man. I just stick with good old-fashioned Steve Neeson Japanese candlesticks, man. All right, it's just the way it is. But if you got some system that works for you, dude, there are so many different ways to trade, to analyze assets. Find what works for you and stick with it, Mr. Sinton, okay? All right, let me, oh, of course, not logged in. Oh, Claudio, man.
Bruh.
Thank you for the $8.96 of Ethereum Classic crypto contribution. Says, happy you're here, man. Keep on trucking. Sometimes you can get shown the light in the strongest of places if you look at it right. Kangs. Kangs indeed, Claudio, man. Kangs indeed. I think when we were on Sunday, when we were like rounding out on that potential Eve bottom of the potential Adam and Eve double bottom. Like really low numbers, people not want, like, it's like, okay, dude, like, and now we got people watching because Bitcoin's moving up. It's like, well, there was bullish divergence on both oscillators. I don't know what you're doing. You leave the market when there's good opportunity, and then you come back to try to FOMO in. And it's like, that's just not how it works, man. Not how it works. I think it should be like this, man. You gotta have Bitcoin play ball, man. But again, I just fear the way Bitcoin is rallying, and these altcoins are not. They're all in the red today still. Like, how high does Bitcoin have to go for these assets to move with it? And at what point does Bitcoin pull back some? And then these alts are going to pull back way, like, just as hard as Bitcoin pulls back. See, that's the problem with these alts right now. Very little action going on with them. Okay.